Hey, what's up, everybody? We'll say what's up to everyone. I'm glad everybody's here. I'm glad everybody, all my subscribers, all my commenters, I appreciate everything. If you're new to my channel, I don't monetize. And, I'm just here for the community. Please, by all means, leave as many comments as you want, make them as long as you want. That's how I thrive on my channel. That's what I get out of it. It's not the likes. It's not the subscribers. I appreciate the subscribers. It just makes me feel like I'm not so alone. But I'm just here literally just to talk to you guys. So what I was going to talk to you guys about today is I was listening to a little psychology 101 thing here. I guess maybe like last night or something, and they were talking about basically how people, when they're introduced to difficult subjects or they're introduced to traumatic things, and I don't mean actions, I mean like discussing traumatic things like, child rearing, or even like things like infant death, things that are just very bleak. People have this way of handling these things to where they shut down, they shut off, they just don't want to hear it or discuss it. And this is regular psychology 101. Okay, I mean, this is normal things people have been doing for forever. Okay, or at least for as long as I guess we've been trying to figure out how the mind works. But I'm not gonna say it's fight or flight, but it kind of is. There's things that people just don't know how to face, and the reason why I'm making this, and this is, I know, is going to upset a few of you, but I know that a lot of you make these comments that when people are introduced to the Mandela Effect and how crazy it sounds, that they shut down. It's like they reboot. They go blank in the face. They get angry. It's not the Mandela Effect that's making these people that way. It's not a specific. It's not a specific like. It's not like an aura of fear that these people fear or these people feel because you've introduced them to like different Mandela effects, and it makes their brain reboot. The program in their head is making them not think clearly. It, it, I think you're overanalyzing just a little bit. And I've never really believed in the reboot thing. A lot of you guys know that I'm a big advocate of waking people up. Um, one of my users made a great point the other day that if the people that are too close-minded to see, how are you going to hurt them by waking them up? Because that's a lot of you people's concern, is that if you wake them up, um, you're going to introduce them into this whole world of scariness and madness. So please spare the people. Don't wake them up. But if they aren't able to see anyway, you're not going to scare them because they can't see. So what's the point of trying? Because the ones you do wake up needed to wake up. They needed to see what's going on so you can help them. I mean, what if this gets out of control? You don't want them like not knowing at all. You want them to be somewhat prepared. At least that's how I feel. I don't like the look of surprise in people's face when it's something evil or scary or traumatic. I don't like that look in people's face. It causes nightmares. It's scary to see people that weak and vulnerable, and I don't like to see it. And that just leads to who I am. That's why I wake people up. But the point that I'm getting to is people have already been this way for a long time, way before technology was even an issue, way before the great explosion of technology that's happened in the 50s or whatever. People were already like this. They were already they were already into a certain type of mental development that encouraged like a mental block for things that are traumatic. There's people that are already like this. It has nothing to do with the Mandela effect. And my point is, these same people that you're running into that have the fear, or they start rebooting. These people, they were always going to reboot. If you try to talk to them about um, child rape, if you talk to them about, you know, horrible things, even like 9/11 and like the daycare center that was crushed on the bottom, and like the people they could hear screaming below the rubble and they couldn't get to them. People do not want to hear those things. They will, for lack of better words, reboot. And what I'm saying is, I think that people are giving maybe Mandela Effect a little too much credit when it comes to the program has their brain. I don't think so. I think their brain never had the option in the first place. They never were really able to process fear or process trauma. That's why you see people that fall down in shock and you see people that get up and fight. Perfect example, the military. This might make some of you upset. Some of you that maybe have been in armed forces may understand what I'm talking about. And if you don't answer or respond to this, I'll understand why. It's a little messed up. But I do have people that have been in the military, and something they told me that you never hear about on the news, you never see in the newspaper, is how many of these 18-year-old Call of Duty kids get out there in the shit, okay? And let's say there's a platoon or a squad trapped somewhere or hiding somewhere, and let's say the enemy is coming, Taliban or ISIS or whatever you want to call it. Do y'all know how many people, especially young guys, that when the firing starts or the shooting starts, that they have to kill Americans? Have to, and I'm sure this applies around the world to any military force, but when they're in the shit, if these kids start panicking, they're going to give up position. And you know what the other soldier next to them does? Blows them away. They would rather kill one or two kids that are losing their Call of Duty mind instead of destroying the whole platoon or destroying the whole squad. I mean, I hate to put it that way, but it's kill 2 or kill 10, and they have to do it themselves, or they're all going to die. And this happens all the time. You just don't hear about it. You get a letter saying he was a hero, a little folded up flag, and a nice 10-gun salute. That's what you get. But the honest truth of it was, when fight or flight happened, they took flight. And I'm not trying to badmouth anyone. That's not what I'm doing here. What I'm trying to do is explain that people that have flight in their mind already, they were like this a long time ago. It's not the Mandela Effect, like got these brave people that are willing to discuss the issues, and all of a sudden they heard a Mandela Effect, and all of a sudden they can't do it anymore. That's not what happened. These people were already that way. They already had a way about them that makes them not face horrible traumas. And I understand why. I do understand. I'm just not one of those people. And to be honest with you, I think that everyone here isn't one of those people either. The only thing that I think that my community is going to disagree with me on is how the Mandela Effect makes these people reboot. I just don't think it's the Mandela Effect. I think these people were always stuck in a constant reboot when it comes to scary things or traumatic things or things that are above them or beyond their power. People don't like to get out of their comfort zone. And I just really think you're giving the Mandela Effect a little too much credit, saying that the mind just can't handle the Mandela Effect for some people because they're just from the other reality. If that's the case, then people have always been from another reality. You have like weak ones and you have strong ones. That's basically what you're arguing here. These people that can't handle the Mandela Effect, they can't handle child death either. They can't handle, the ups and downs of child rearing and what you do wrong with them. These are things that people really can't discuss, and they really don't want to discuss because it makes them look bad, feel bad, makes them face certain issues they don't want to face. So, that's basically my point. Is I just think the Mandela Effect is getting a little too much credit for the people that can't wake up. I just feel, again, you have to find the right people. People that don't have the fight or flight mechanism you have to find the ones that are already naturally inclined to having the fight side, that are willing to take on new things, that are willing to be introduced to new subjects, that are willing to tackle things that are scary or bigger than themselves. That's the fighters. The flighters, they've always been there. They've always took flight. These are the same people that ran from Vietnam. These are the same people that run away from a house fire when there's people inside of it. It's the same people that don't go in the ocean when someone's drowning. There's always going to be those people. Matter of fact, there's going to be more of those people than there will be the ones that run into the house to save someone's life, that dive into the ocean to save someone's life. I've saved 5 lives in my lifetime. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying I don't have that thing. I will run into a fight with 3 guys ready to kick my ass. I don't care. I don't have that flight thing. And if you look really, really deep into fight or flight, you'll find out that people that stay and run to the trauma, they're slightly brain damaged a little bit. And it comes from the Neanderthal. It comes from our ancestors, the ones that had to fight beasts and fight animals with their bare hands before Samuel L. Colt made a gun. These are those people. And honestly, I believe a lot of us are those people. Only place we disagree is within this video, basically, is when it comes to waking other people up and how some do and some don't. So that's basically it. I hope that I made this clear enough. And I'm sorry, like I said, I know this isn't my normal environment, but I'm not really in my normal environment right now. But I do appreciate the time. I appreciate the listen. I appreciate the comments. And I appreciate all the people out there that are helping me out in the comments, getting information for me. And I really appreciate all of you. You're my favorite people in the world. And to be honest with you, I talk to some of you guys more than I talk to family and friends. I mean, some of you guys I talk to almost every day, it seems like. So either way, I'm out of here. Make sure you guys are staying alert, looking out for yourself, looking out for others, try to do the right thing, even if it feels like the majority doesn't agree with you. I think a lot of you know what's right in your heart. I really believe that about my community. A lot of these people are really, really good people and really mean well. Have soft hearts, big hearts, angry hearts like mine. I mean well. I just get angry, and I thank you guys for not turning on me for that. I appreciate it. But anyway, that's it. I'm gonna get out of here, and I'll see you guys soon. Stay strong, guys.